friends. Hello, my viewers. Hello, my devoted viewers. Kate B channel is here. Kate B 5170. I'm going on a walk to watch the sunset over the lake, and I'm taking you with me to do my 10,000 steps for the day. Whew, it's September in Florida. It's still very hot and a little tiny bit less humid. I hope you can hear me well. I'm wearing microphone, so please let me know how can you hear me. So it's a little less humid today, but at 6 o'clock when I was coming from work, it was 90 degrees. So now with the sunset, the temperature falls a little bit, but it's pretty warm for September. I love the lighting at night. Here is our little library. People can take books, children's books only, please. Yep, you can take books and you can put books. Little tiny library. Anyways, I have two viewers. Welcome to my live stream. Kate B here. I'm practically naked. I would never allow myself to walk like that a year ago, but since I'm celebrating my body I lost, it's been exactly 4 months since I started semaglutide in May 19th. I have to report that it really worked on me. I only took semaglutide for 4 months, a little less than 4 months. My last injection was on September 5th, I believe. So here I am 2 weeks later, and surprise, surprise, I didn't gain my weight back. I lost another 2 pounds, weaning myself from semaglutide. Yay! So here I am celebrating my body, not wearing a bra. Ha ha! Yep, finally I could afford a crop top. I went shopping to Uniqlo for the first time, and I kind of felt like it's a store for young people. But since dropping the weight, I feel great about myself, and I want to celebrate, and I want to catch the moment when I can allow myself to wear whatever I want without regrets, without shame, without reservations. Welcome to my live stream. What county has the most attractive man? Where? In Florida? I live in Orlando area. I've been living in Orlando area for the past 18 years. That's the only place I've lived for the past 18 years. And I cannot answer you this question because I wasn't on any dating apps. I've been happily married. This year, I believe it's going to be 16 years. I'm happily married to my soulmate, to my friend, to my lover, to my best man. So it's a tricky question. What county has the most attractive man? Well, I don't know. To tell you the truth, I don't know. I have one and the only who I'm attracted to, so. But anyways, I wanted to give you an update on a few things. Every year I dread September because it's a month of grief for me. My mom passed away 24 years ago. I think I didn't allow myself to grieve when I was 24. Yeah, half of the lifetime I've been living on this earth, I was without my mommy. So for the second half of my life, 24 years out of 48, 24 last years, I've been living without my mommy. And I lost my mommy very early, at 24. At 24, I wasn't quite feeling as an adult. I lived with my parents. I made my own money. I helped them to pay the bills. We lived in Eastern Europe very modestly. But here I am, 24 years later, living my American dream in sunny Florida in the year-round summer. And I'm here to talk about things that impress me, about anything that bother me. I'm a curious mind, so I'm talking about everything that I constantly think about and I'm interested about. So I call this rubric TED Talk on the Walk. Yes, and I'm trying to stay healthy and active. I stopped taking semaglutide 2 weeks ago. My appetite is slowly coming back. So I do believe semaglutide helps you to eat less. I'm sticking with my good habits. I'm still eating very small portions, lots of protein, drinking lots of water. I'm staying away from sugars. I'm staying away from starch. I'm staying away from carbs. And I feel great. I feel like with this 23 pounds I dropped 10 years of my age. And I hope my body shows it. I hope my body and my face shows it, and I hope my mood and my energy shows that I'm on the road to a healthier lifestyle. I'm on the road to sticking with healthy habits, and I'm in the process of keeping that weight off and entering the menopause stage strong, energetic, optimistic woman, and I'm here to share with you. Okay, hi from Norway. Thank you for stopping by. It's probably very late in Norway. It's probably 2 a.m. and you're not asleep. Okay, welcome. How is the weather in Norway? It's probably getting a little chilly. It's really hot here. So don't mind the trash cans. Friday was a trash can day for our little neighborhood. Anyways, what I was talking about, this year, like for the past 23 years, I've been dreading September. September was the worst month of the year emotionally. I couldn't quite feel the fall by the weather, but I could feel the fall by the blues I was experiencing. So I was always somewhat, down in September, because back in the day when I was 24 and I lost my mom, I didn't have time to allow myself to grieve. I couldn't express myself. It was something, you don't burden other people with your own thoughts and your own grief. But thanks to YouTube now, I can speak freely about anything I want, about the topics that interest me. So I'm just telling you how I was all these years, dreading September, hating September, thinking that September is the worst month of the year because it's nothing good in September. Here in Orlando area, it's hurricane season, so it's still hot and muggy. So September wasn't fun. October is getting better because of the pumpkin season, because of the fall, because of the Halloween. So I love October, and it's my husband's birthday in October. We always plan trips for October because his birthday, and October is way much better. So every year I dread September, and every year I notice that September is dragging for me. Like, just because I'm in that yucky emotional state, September was really bad month. This year I came up with a strategy. I'm healthier, and what they say, healthy body, healthy minds, and I truly believe that. Get rid of the crappy food you eat, because crappy food makes you zombie. Crappy food makes you think bad thoughts, Crappy food influence your mindset, crappy food influence your mood, crappy food influence your brain and stuff like that. And I truly believe that, because since I started on my weight loss journey, I noticed that I'm more optimistic, I'm less stressed, I'm learning how to let things go, and I feel wonderful. So this year, because I lost some weight, I also had that energy of meeting with my sister after 9 years apart. If you haven't watched my videos, please watch my videos from Berlin. I have beautiful videos with my sister from Berlin, Germany. So I went on the trip, and I carried over my energy from the trip. I carried over my positive thoughts and my heart that was very full. I carried it over from August to September. And this year, I'm telling you, I'm beating, it's still September, we still have 10 days of September, but I'm beating my September blues. In 24 years, I can tell you, it's something in the air, it's something magical. I can feel. I don't believe in mystic, I don't believe in a lot of like, how you call it, esoteric stuff, but I do believe that I put my mindset to have some strategies to minimize the blues and to minimize the down mood I have in September. And guys, it worked. And I'm gonna tell you what exactly did I do to feel better in September. So, first of all, I carried over my good emotions, my good feelings about seeing my sister, who is 16 years old, who lives in Germany. I haven't seen her 9 years, so I went on this beautiful trip. We only spent 4 days, but presence is a gift. So every video, every live stream, I'm gonna tell you this. You're probably gonna hear it 1,000 times from me, that presence is a gift. The best gift you can give to each other is being present, being next to the person you love, being next to the person you admire, being next to the person who is your family, who needs you. So when I went on this trip, I was so happy. And I think I told myself, I know what to do in September. I'm gonna have this good spirits in September because I'm carrying over this warmth. I'm carrying over this fullness and gratefulness in my heart. I'm carrying it over to September to minimize the blues, to minimize the low emotions of grief and reflection about my mom passing away in September. I got to talk to my sister. She told me more stories about her relationship with my mom. And it all made sense to have these conversations, to remember her in a nice way, to remember her fondly, to remember her dearly. And because we were together, we could feel that a part of our mom lives in us. Like a part of our mom lives in my sisters, and a part of my mom lives in us. So we like all alike. We all carry a real piece of her. Features, characters, laughs, smiles, jokes, attitudes, character. We all carrying a piece of her genetically. Oh my gosh, look at the sun. It's so gorgeous. I brought you to this beautiful park. It's called Solarly Park. OMG, look at the sunset. Isn't it gorgeous? So yesterday I was driving and I could see those beautiful skies. I took a little video and put it in my short in memory of my mom with all the pictures I have of her. Unfortunately, I don't have videos. Back in 2000 when she passed away, we didn't have video recording. I don't have any recordings of her, but I have my pictures. And yesterday I could feel, you know, that the skies were telling me something. The gorgeous sunset yesterday, the gorgeous clouds, the gorgeous skyline, it told me something. It gave me such a good feeling. It just gave me so much peace. So today I woke up so relaxed. Today I woke up at peace. Today I woke up remembering my mommy, loving her, missing her, grieving for her. But I learned not to beat myself. I learned not to go really deep into the grief and not to get stuck there. Okay, I'm back. So what were my strategies to survive September? I told myself, first of all, I like to look forward to something. So in September I got this huge bonus from my work, and it happens like once a year unexpectedly. We never know how big is the bonus gonna be, or even if it's gonna be there. Like, so I got this huge bonus, and instead of just pocketing the money and spend it on little useless things like I do, more clothes and silly little things that women like, makeup and stuff, I decided I'm gonna make sense out of this big chunky piece of money, and I'm gonna book a getaway with my husband in October. And this way, when September comes, I have the whole month to look forward to something. So that was one of my strategies to beat the September blues. So I booked this fantastic getaway. I'm not gonna reveal yet where I'm going. I booked this fantastic getaway. Something, yeah, some of my viewers probably gonna know what it is, or maybe I slip and maybe I'll tell you, can you become my wife? No, honey, I'm happily married, unfortunately for you. But fortunately for me, I won my jackpot 16 years ago, marrying my best friend, my lover. So I booked this wonderful vacation. It's a short weekend vacation, but it's a getaway with my husband without kids. It's something I really like to do. It's something I'm looking forward to. It's something new I haven't been to. Well, technically I've been to the destination, but I haven't been on some other thing. So this bonus, I got it on, I guess I got it on September or whatever, 2nd or 4th, and I spent it like 2 days later. I booked that, you know, wonderful vacation getaway. So that was number one thing I did too. Thank you, hon. That's nice of you to say. Look at this beautiful birds, you know. So I booked this wonderful vacation in October. Oh, look at those. So I told myself September won't be dragging because I'm looking forward to my getaway with my husband. We need a weekend date, time for ourselves to keep things hot, right? So the second thing I've done, I told myself that we're gonna do some type of house project. It helped me in 2020 when we did renovation to our big master bathroom, and in 2020 when it was COVID, when things were not, you know, like not right, people needed something to, you know, feel good. And back in 2020, when we all fell sick with all this sickness in the house, we still managed to pull through the master bathroom renovation, and I felt great about it because it got us busy, it got us distracted from dreadful things of sickness, it got us distracted, it kept us on our toes, it drained our budget, but who cares, right? The money come, the money go. But anyways, so I told myself this year we're gonna do another project. We're gonna renovate the kitchen, yay! And I came up with it a couple of months ago. We discussed with my husband briefly. We agreed on some things, but then I got other ideas and we didn't agree on the other ideas, so we kind of like went back and forth. I wasn't sure it's gonna start in September, but yes, it's starting in September. We've done the design. We talked to the contractors. I'm picking the materials. I know what I want. I got inspired. So that project kept me so focused on something special. You know, I love my kitchen. I cook every day. I spend a lot of time in my kitchen. You've seen my kitchen. It's old, you know. It's been 30 years since, you know, this house was built in 1997. So it's been 27 years when the house was built, and the cabinets in the kitchen started to fall apart after 27 years. We have new appliances, and we have new tiling, and we have new countertops we put in 2018. So it's been 6 years since we kind of like partially renovated the kitchen, but the kitchen cabinets needed updates. So I got inspired. I kept myself busy in September. I got inspired looking through Pinterest, looking through Google Stock, looking through all the images, reading articles, how to invest in your house wisely. And of course, the hot topic is renovating the kitchen, because there are so many new materials on the market, there are so many modern equipment on the market, and you know, kitchen and bathrooms in the house, they always make a big statement, big impression. Not that we're going to sell our house just because, you know, I want to enjoy cooking every day. I want to enjoy spending time there. I want everything to be functional. I want everything to be modern. I want everything to be practical. And I want to drop some good money because we worked hard and we were able to, you know, save some money for this project. And it's so rewarding to know that if you start a project and you have a vision, you don't just go cheap, you know, like, yeah, you kind of like back in the day when you were just starting your career, when you're broke, when you're a student, you don't care about things, you know. You can live with IKEA furniture, you know, you can live off the garage sale furniture. But when you're old, when you're like in your late 40s like I am, and you know that you worked hard to build some sort of well-being for yourself, you know, and you do your kitchen because you cook and you enjoy spending time in your kitchen, you enjoy spending time with your family in the kitchen, and you have some guests over, you want to invest and make your kitchen according to your vision, according to the color scheme you like, according to, you know, like habits you have about storing your equipment, about, you know, using your kitchen, you know, stuff. So I went to design my kitchen this week with the designer, and she gave me tips. We had a contractor came out. He's our friend. He's very talented man. He renovated both of our bathrooms, and we trust him. He has hands of gold, and I swear there is nothing I can ask him to do in the kitchen that he wouldn't be able to handle. So he's a one-stop shop. And he came, take the measurements, and we discussed what I want, and we discussed what's possible, what is good for our, you know, like for our layout. And I actually got so excited, and that helped me because this week my mom's death anniversary, it was yesterday on Thursday, and because on Monday I already had my kitchen design, I already could see by the measurements, I already could see how the cabinet's gonna look, where I put the glass doors, you know, how I do my stacking cabinets because I can store more stuff on the top I don't use often. I can have my cabinet for my teas with the, you know, like I have a collection of teas. So I got so excited, and this week, instead of, you know, beating myself up every day and having this almost like not I wouldn't say having like really dark thoughts, having this, you know, I'm still grieving, you know, but this grief is not killing me like it used to kill me every year for the past 23 years. I'm still grieving, but I'm reflecting on my grief, and I'm understanding what's going on. And emotionally this week I was so much stable because I could balance my grief with excitement, with the anticipation of the project we're doing together for our house. You know, and I think that confirms my theory. Okay, I think the sun is setting. I always tell you about my philosophy and my theory of compensation, and it's all in your head, and you're your own doctor, you're your own healer, you know. You need to find your own techniques, what makes you better, what makes you heal. What do you want? Maska, welcome Lenочка, welcome from California. Lena is from California. So, and I truly believed, you know, I'm acting as a preach. So I told you about my theory of compensation. Yes, I've been still grieving, but I wasn't grieving in a bad way. I wasn't regretting not doing something. I wasn't regretting a lot of things that I had this guilt for, you know, like when my mom was sick, I was young, I didn't want to spend too much time in the hospital with her, and every year this grief would come back with all these memories and with all this guilt of beating myself and not being there. Maybe sometimes she needed me more. I was young, I didn't realize she's gonna pass away, I didn't realize she was that sick, and I've been living with the grief, not letting myself a lot of things go. But because this week I said, okay, I have the project, I have something to look forward to, I'm keeping myself busy. Also, my heart was so full this month because my daughter, she was in the theater. If you haven't watched my videos about her stage presence, she was in the show Beauty and the Beast, and that was the first experience for her to be in the cast. She was playing an ensemble. She was playing a village girl, and she was playing a fork in the Be My Guest, you know, and she was tapping, she was dancing, she was singing, and my heart was so full of pride. My heart was so full of excitement for her. It was last week that, you know, all these grief feelings, they kind of got overcompensated. They kind of got overridden by the, you know, by the life I made here in the United States. And I would always tell, my mom would be proud of me. My mom would be proud of her granddaughter. My mom would be proud of my husband who works hard to provide for us. You know, my mom would be, you know, so proud of me for being a full-time mom and being a full-time employee and, you know, a full-time mom and juggling all the jobs and responsibilities. My mom would be proud of me. She would look, I'm sure somewhere up there in heaven, she's smiling at me because, you know, she would not maybe always tell me how proud she is. It was just the time when they criticized you more than they, you know, praised you. And I always lacked that praise, but when she was gone in 24, I wanted to do better for myself just to prove a point that she didn't give me enough praise. So now I'm finding my own praise, you know. I'm finding my own peace with that, and I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to be that little girl all the time, you know, trying to fit my mom's expectations. I know that I did way better than maybe she expected me to do, you know, in the circumstances we grew up, in the poverty, in the country we grew up in. So I'm sure I did way beyond anybody's expectations, way beyond, and I'm still working hard to. I'm still working hard to, you know, to keep this American dream lifestyle sustainable, you know, to make it last and to provide for our retirement and to provide for our later years of life. So last week I cried a lot just because I was so happy to see my daughter happy, to see my daughter working hard, and her school and her show turned to be such a big success. And my heart was so full. I was full of emotions. They were very good, positive emotions. So it didn't drag me to that, you know, feeling of constant guilt and grief I felt around my mom's death anniversary. Okay, so this week, again, I was like, the beginning of the week was great because I can see the design. Me and my husband talk about the materials. We agreed on some, and we're like still thinking about like top cabinets materials. We agreed on most of the appliances, you know. I've been looking the prices, I've been doing research about appliances, reading the reviews, so I kept myself very busy. First published in the link to the same person who is the best for you exams. Okay. Thank you for your messages. What's your favorite pop artist? I'll give you a K-pop group. I don't know. I don't know a lot of K-pop groups. I don't. But my favorite, one of my favorite artists is Paul McCartney. I love Elton John. I love Adele. I love Lady Gaga. Who else? I love Christina Aguilera. I love Britney Spears. You know, I love pop artists, and I love some, you know, older people. Like I love Beatles. Of course, I love Paul McCartney. I went to his concert twice. I love Paul McCartney. I would never imagine in my childhood that I'm gonna go to his concert. I love Sting. Sting is my favorite artist. So not from the modern groups, not from the K-pop groups. Have a great music taste. Oh wow, thank you for your compliment. Anyway, so this week I had a lot of positive emotions, and at work I took this training. Like, let me tell you, the best strategy not to fall in the hole, on the, like, what you call it, rat hole, is to have a nice day too. Thank you, Bhuvan Kumar. So to distract you from bad thoughts, to distract you from like situations, just step away and get yourself busy with something. Like, get yourself busy at work. You know, you know, some weeks I don't like what's going on at work, but some weeks I keep myself busy and I'm looking forward to go, and you know, I'm very productive. Some of the days I'm really productive, and I'm putting all my soul into my daily routines and priorities at work. So this week was great at work because I went to that training, and that was the last training I've been waiting for a couple of months, because in May we were told we have to complete this managerial certification, whatnot, and I was very proactive. I had 3 out of 4 necessary trainings for this certification, and I was waiting for this last one. I don't remember what it was called, performance appraisal management, something like that. Performance appraisal management. It wasn't a big deal. It was a Zoom training, like 3-hour training with a little, you know, like discussions with other people from the university. But anyways, when I went there, I was a little skeptical, but because it was the last training out of 4 I was required to take, I felt such a sense of accomplishment. You know, I was like, yeah, and like, you know, it would say I'll get the certificate soon, because you know that's the last training from the series of training I had to take. And let me tell you, before we were required to do the certification, most people didn't have any trainings, and I happened to have 2 out of 4, and then I had 1 out of 4, because I was proactive and I took it years ago when I just got my job. And I needed to take 3, and 2 of them were offered in May, and right away after I learned we are required to take it, I jumped in. I didn't put it too far aside, and I jumped in and I booked those trainings in May, and I had the feedback training and like personal conversation training and like the feedback and coaching. It was like feedback, 2 different trainings, feedback and coaching. I took those trainings in May, I got them out of my way, and I was waiting for this one for 4 months, and I registered for that to take it in September. And this week when I took it on Tuesday, I felt so accomplished, because you know, boom, 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 it's a requirement. I already have this certificate. I don't need to worry about anything. So yes, I felt so accomplished. So I don't have anything to be upset about. You know, my mom would be proud of me just because I'm so busy, I'm so focused, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm responsible, my girls are growing healthy and happy, I'm taking good care of my body, I'm taking good care of my mind, and my mom would be happy. There is nothing to beat myself about anything. There is nothing I can do to return those days when she was sick and I couldn't stay longer in the hospital with her. That's nothing I can do, to take things back when I disappointed her. It's nothing I can do to reconcile, you know, all this crazy feelings as teenager, and you know, like being standoffish, running away to live with my aunt, you know, for a year just because, you know, I didn't have a good relationship with my mom and stuff like that. It's nothing I can do back then, but it's something I can do now to live a happy, fulfilling life, that my mom, looking upon me as my guardian angel from the heaven, she can be proud of me, and she could say yes, she could say yes, I turned out to be a a good woman, you know. I turned out to be a good mother. I turned out to be a good daughter to my dad, who is living with us. So, and I literally can feel all this accomplishment, and I can acknowledge these accomplishments for myself now. So I don't need somebody's approval to tell me, oh yeah, Kate, you did great. I already feeling all these accomplishments. I already feeling great because I finally lost some weight. I finally not so hard on myself, you know, given like 105%. I'm okay, given 95% in most cases. I'm taking things easy. I'm letting things go. I can shut my mouth. I can choose my battle wisely now. So with aging comes the growth of you as a person. With aging comes the good thing of self-accepting, of self-love. So I'm embracing my 40 age just because, you know, physically I feel greater than I felt 5 or 6 years ago, and mentally I feel like 10 times better than I felt 5 years ago, right? So I have nothing to grieve and worry about in this situation. I just need to relax, chill, and be satisfied and be grateful for everything I have. So in this regard, my other tool for you, why September wasn't as dreadful this time. I only have 10 days left, and who knows, maybe this 10 days I'm gonna be miserable, but let's be optimistic. Nope. For 20 days I wasn't miserable. I was miserable a little bit yesterday because I finally, you know, broke down and cried after watching all this black and white photos, seeing my mom, seeing her hair, you know. I noticed this interesting fact, and I wanted to share with you because it's a part of remembering her. It's a part of remembering and grieving, and, you know, understanding the circle of life, and understanding that I'm not going to be there for my kids one day, and understanding what they're going to go through. So, you know, I looked at the pictures and I noticed since she was a young lady, she always wore her hair up. And she has full thick hair, and I remember she was telling me back in the day she would put her hair like up in a in a shell, or it's called a shell hairdo. And if ladies have thinner hair, they would use a special, like a fake hair underneath. And she was telling me when she was young, her hair looked so stunning and big because it was full, but because back in the day, like in 60s and 70s, and when she gave birth to me in 76, and when I remember her in the 80s, they still used the little thing to style up her hair up. And I noticed even when she was older, up to her 59, when she passed away, she was wearing her hair up. I rarely saw her with the hair down. So I don't know, now everybody's style, where, like, even here, and I don't know why, because back in the day during the Soviet time, it was a sign of modesty to have your hair in a bun, or was it just her preference? And I noticed that her hair was gray. I remember that her hair was gray, like starting in her early 50s. Hopefully mine is not, because I don't have gray hair yet. But what I'm saying, like, I looked through those pictures and I trying to remember the things I noticed back then, but I didn't quite thought about it. And I looked at her gray hair, and like back in the day, she could go to the hairdresser and she could get it dyed, but she never dyed her hair, and I don't know why. I don't know why. She didn't want to spend money on herself, or because, you know, here in my 50s, I'm planning to look great. Here in my 50s, I don't plan to look like an old rag. And of course, the filters on my phone help me. Of course, you know, makeup helps me. Of course, good food I'm trying to eat, and, you know, vitamins I take, and like healthy lifestyle is going to help me. But back in the day, women looked way older their age. You know, like Botox helped me to keep my, you know, my forehead straight. without wrinkles. Yeah, I'm going for my Botox treatment next week, so I'm excited too. But my mom, she had gray hair and she didn't dye it. Like you know, I remember helping her with her hair when she was in the hospital, and she would tell me, just getting a fresh hair, like just getting a hair wash, because you know the hospital was miserable. People didn't even have showers there. I had to come to her hospital, and I have to put the boiled some water to make hot water in a big, you know, bucket, and then pour the water over her head just so she can wash her head in the sink. And just washing her hair, she would tell me she felt 100 times better. And she loved her lipstick. Even on the deathbed, she would lay down with her lipstick in her little, you know, cosmetic bag, and she would tell me how she wants to look good for her doctor, because she had a little crush on her doctor, you know. So I have that thing with the lipstick, because I love lipstick. I go everywhere with my lipstick on. Like, I can't leave the house without my lipstick, and I have 2 or 3 lipsticks in my purse all the time. And it's just a little pick-me-up thing. So I remember my mom, so it's probably from my mom and her lipstick, and me and my lipstick, so we're alike. But the hair, you know, and I look at those like black and white pictures, and I look at the later pictures that were colored, you know, like color late 90s. We already had colored films, and I had some colored photos. And she put her hair up, and I'm like, I never, as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, I never questioned her. I wish I can have a talk to her. And I even prayed, you know, she comes in my dream, and I ask her why that hairstyle, why did she put that bun, and she tried to make a little volume here, so her bun wasn't very straight. She had the puffy hair up front. If you haven't seen my mom, you can watch my short from yesterday, In the Memory of My Mom, and you will know what I'm talking about. So she wore this little bun because her hair was thinning out, obviously, by the age of 59, and she put a little puff here. But I would always want to ask her, Mom, why didn't you dye your hair? People would dye their hair back in the day, like in 90s and late 90s, 1990s. And this bothering me. I never had to ask this question of her. I never asked her that question about her hairstyle. It's bothering me, because now I try to imagine if she gets a haircut, if she gets a modern, if she comes here and she gets a modern haircut, or I take her somewhere to a nice salon, or I give her a nice, you know, haircut and a hair dye. I always have this feeling that I lack that. I'm never gonna see her like nowadays, you know, in this society, in this style, in this, you know, whatever fashion. So yeah, but I looked at the photos, and I had so much peace last night, because what I do, I cook dinner and we sit down, we drink a little wine. I put flowers on the ledge in my kitchen, and I put her little photo, and we light the candle, and I tell my kids that's your grandma. She's loved, she's missed, she's cherished. They never got to see her, they never got to know her, but you know, they see a part of her in myself. And my dad says I'm very much like her in a lot of things, and my craziness too. But you know, I could never explain to my kids what I feel, because they only can feel it when I die, you know, and I don't want to go there. I don't want to be too dark for them. They're still little, and but they have faith. When my mom passed away, I lost my faith. Now I found my faith back, and back in church, you know, back to my, you know, Christian religion, back to my beliefs, back to my Christian values and stuff like that. And I pray, and I practice, and I find peace, and I talk to Lord, and I, you know. But back then I was so angry. Back then I lost my faith. My kids have faith from the very early age, and I hope it helps them. We were not allowed to be religious back when I was growing. It was Soviet Union, it was stupid communism. Instead of the churches, we had museums of atheism, and they took us as a kids on a school trip, on a school field trip. They took us in the freaking church, you know, in a freaking beautiful Greek Orthodox, or like beautiful, like Orthodox, Russian Orthodox churches, and they told us this is a museum of atheism and the God is bad, you know. And then later on, you know, when you find your faith, you again have this events in your life that you get disappointed with God, and you just say, forget it, I'm not gonna step my foot in church again, because God doesn't answer your prayers all the time. But anyways, sorry guys. So going on that trip in Germany, I went to this beautiful cathedral, Berlin Cathedral. And I went up, and it was my little pilgrimage to go up like 250 steps. It was my little pilgrimage, and I can feel, I can feel something. And I put a little candle, and I talked to God, and I felt so good. I felt at peace, and I told myself, yeah, this September is approaching, but it's not gonna break me. It's not gonna break me, because I'm allowed to grieve, but I'm gonna compensate with everything good I have in life, and I'm gonna celebrate life, so my mom will be proud of me. She'll look upon me and she'll be proud of me. She will tell me I'm doing everything all right, I turned out to be all right, I have nothing to worry about. Yeah, my dad is different. My dad is there for me. That's so important, his presence and his help. But he isn't very good on feedback, He's not good on praise, He's like very, my mom would say, cold, he doesn't like this, he doesn't like this sugar coating and stuff. He's very blunt, he's very cold, but he does so much that I don't mind that he's not giving me, a praise or a nice word. He mostly criticizes all the time, but I know he gives me and my girls so much support every day, so much love and so much care. He literally takes care of them like a second mother for my kids. So I appreciate my dad, and I don't expect any words from him. But my mom, I miss that feeling, that what I tell my kids now, how I'm proud of them, how I love them, how they're doing a good job, how things are, I always miss that with my own mother, and that's killing me, because that's only the relationship you would have with your mom. Look how pretty it is. Look how you can see the spire of that beautiful church over there, and how beautiful is the sky over the lake. Yeah, that's our big church in downtown of our little town. So anyway, sorry me for breaking down. I needed that. Yes, I needed that. Where are you from? Shivam. Originally I'm from Eastern Europe, Republic of Moldova. It's a little country in Eastern Europe between Ukraine and Romania, but I live in the United States, state of Florida, Orlando area. I've been living here for about 18 years now, and I'm an American citizen. So my home is here in the United States now. I found my home here. That's my only home now. I raised my family here. I put very strong roots here in this area now. Anyways, sorry. That's a good cry. That's a good cry. So last night, my daughter had some trouble with math, and she was afraid to ask for help. And I say, no, you can ask for help. So we sat down and we did math problems with her, and she broke down and cried. And she said, Mom, I don't want to ruin your evening. I say, you're not ruining my evening. I'm saying, why are you crying? And she said, just because I have difficulties with math. And I say, keep your tears, girl. You don't need to cry about little things. They're gonna be like rough things in life that you're gonna need all your tears to cry like meaningfully. And I told her that, and she's laughing at me. She's still, Mom, I'm not gonna run out of tears. I'm still gonna have tears, but I'm joking, she's a kid. And I said, you don't need to cry about this like math problems and things grade, because it's nothing. And I helped her a little bit, and she was so sweet. She said, Mom, Something fell. She said, Mom, I don't want to ruin you. And I say, you don't ruin anything. You don't. I cooked dinner for me and my dad, and we sat down and we had a little glass of red wine. My mom really loved homemade red wine. Like, Moldova is very famous for wine. So, and I felt at peace, because driving home, I went to my Zumba class and I felt great because they played my favorite song, and I felt so light and energetic. And after the Zumba class, I always feel pumped up, I always feel energetic, and I didn't feel like crying last night because I was, you know, everything was good this week. I felt happy, I felt accomplished, I felt my ducks are in a row, you know. I felt great about my kids, about school, about their grades, about their after school activity, everything kind of like under control. We had, like, my dad had a doctor's appointment yesterday. I took him to his nephrologist, you know, so it's kind of like everything is kind of going like it's supposed to go. But and so yesterday I couldn't cry much, but when I started to look in those, you know, black and white photos and everybody settled, went to bed, I finally broke down and I cried a little bit last night. But those were good, and I'm crying today, of course, but those were good tears, you know. I think so going after my Zumba class, I'm going there, and it's a really long traffic light. Like, I need to turn left, and it's really, really long, and I sit there and, like, it's a long light to wait because there is a big line of cars, but the light is only like 3 seconds, and, you know, like, you can go in one batch and then you can go in the second batch, but you can go in third batch, and I see at the sky, and the sun was setting, and I'm like looking at the sky, was so gorgeous, and I say, this is the sign for me. Who cares about this long traffic light? Look at the sky, admire, see something. And I took the phone, of course, I'm a blogger, I need to film every little thing, so I'm taking out the phone, and I'm taking, it's just incredible. It's just something you see in the, you know, in the, I don't know, once in a while. The sunset wasn't quite a sunset, but the sky was gorgeous, and they say, somebody giving me a sign that life is good, life is beautiful. Sit down at this traffic light and enjoy the sunset. Like, enjoy this beautiful sky. The God is there, your mom is there in good hands. She's resting in peace, and she's smiling upon you, giving you a minute to decompress, you know. Don't rush. So I felt so good. I didn't feel stressed. So I came home. I didn't cry, you know. I felt so happy. Okay, now we need to go and get some napkins in the public bathroom. They probably closed the bathroom. Okay, it's getting dark, and my mascara is probably like all over my face. But anyways, sorry. Thank you for letting me cry. So it was a good night. I didn't cry, but you know, when everybody settled, everybody had dinner, I finally looked at those black and white photos, remembering my mom, thinking about, like, things, how they were back in the day. Like, we didn't have videos. Oh, it's closed. Anyways, I wanted to get some paper towels to wipe my crazy mascara out of my tears. Thank you for letting me cry. Oh my gosh. Whew. Thank you guys, 16 people. Thank you for sticking with me. Anyways, I told myself she would be happy. Just quit it, you know, just quit it. She will be happy. She's there, she's watching. And I was driving home, and I cooked this beautiful dinner. Oh man, are you guys gonna stop or not? Stupid rednecks. Supposed to freaking stop and let me go. Idiots. Thank you. Yeah. Anyways, woohoo, another thing, another tool. I told you about at least 3 or 4. So keep yourself busy, have a project, have a nice something like getaway, holiday or vacation to look for, a little trip, little, you know, time with your friends, little date. Have something to look forward to. Keep yourself busy. Have a project. Do something meaningful with your kids. Yeah, with my daughter, I went to the skating rink, and again, those positive emotions. Always you have dopamines, you have endorphins. Not only like crappy food make you happy, sugars make you happy. It's the easiest way, but it's bad for you. It's crap. It's addicting. It messes up with your health. Do your physical activity. Do your physical exercise. Like stay, literally keep your heart rate up. Keep it in the zone of fat burning. And it's gonna get you dopamine. It's gonna get you like real dopamine after, like why I go to Zumba, because I dance like crazy. I love my body. I feel hot. I feel great. I feel sexy during my Zumba class. I have no regrets. I have no reservations. I have no shame. I'm a 48 beautiful woman, and I can shake my butt. I can, you know, I can shake my hips, and I can shake my boobs, and I can whatever. You know, I can still bend my knees and, you know, do weird moves, Latina dance, but who cares? You know, I embrace that. I let things go. It's my, you know, it's the exercising, the keeping my heart rate up, my cardio makes me feel good and makes me feel strong and makes me feel happy. Anyway, so I went to the skating ring. I love skating. My daughter doesn't want to skate with me as much now. She skates with her friends. So I skate by myself. Sometimes, you know, I do a little short of a video for you, my viewers, for my YouTube. But skating is like dancing on ice, and it's like gliding. It's like feeling light, feeling weightless, and it gives you so much good emotions for your mind. So I love that. I did that to take, you know, to distract myself from grieving. Okay, next thing, probably last thing I'm gonna tell you. So it's so easy, it's so obvious, and what was the last thing I was trying to tell you? I forgot, man. Well, did they mention shopping? No, I didn't do much shopping. No, I'm just kidding. They had a big sale in my Lilly Pulitzer, the brand I love. They had a big, huge sunshine sale. I bought a couple of dresses. I promised. I spent maybe $250 total, but I promised I didn't go overboard. I only bought like maybe 3 dresses. One of them is sport dress. I can wear like go into my Zumba class, or I can wear if I decide to play tennis. It's like athletic dress. And the other 2 I bought for my upcoming getaway with my husband. And I bought some couple of swimsuits. Yes, shopping. Go shopping. Okay, go shopping. Yes, it takes the edge off your bad mood. If you can afford shopping, just give yourself a budget and buy whatever you love to buy. Clothes, makeup. Like this time I bought myself clothes. Did I buy some jewelry? Yeah, I bought a few pieces of jewelry just because they were on sale with the dresses I picked from Lilly Pulitzer. And again, it was such a good price. It was like, I don't know, 70% off the regular price. So yeah, that's another thing you can do. But don't go overboard, because like we regularly shop for whatever we need or whatever we want. We don't deny ourselves the habit of spending money and shopping. But this time I didn't go overboard. So I'm excited to have few new pieces to go on a getaway with my hubby. Okay. And what else? There was another thing. Yeah, there was another thing. Yes, guys, now I remember. There was another thing. It's very obvious. There are 3 another things. Okay, 3 in one. Get yourself a book you wanted to read so badly, and read the book. You know, like, get excited about the book. Like, let me tell you, like the stars aligned. I've been waiting for John Grisham's book from our local library. Here's our local library. I love it. I've been waiting for the book for 11 weeks because I'm listening to audiobooks, and some new audiobooks, they have a long wait list. So I was like 12th or 14th or 15th or 18th in line. They only had like 1 or 2 copies of audiobook. So my wait time was 11 weeks. And at some point, something happened in the app, and they required me to enter. No, that wasn't the library. I think the library was a little further. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So pick a movie, get a book, and the third thing, pick a movie, get a book. So I told you 3 in 1, right? So the book. So the stars aligned, and I highly recommend, like, I love Grisham. I read every book, but that was the series, Kamina Island. And I probably been talking about this, Kamina Island series before when I read 2 books. And I looked it up. John Grisham, the author, he actually lives on the island in Florida, and that's north of Jacksonville, and the island called Amelia Island. It's like Shishibubu, like for rich people. So I think a prototype of his island is the place he lives in, Amelia, but it's called Kamina Island in his books. So he had 2 books. I think it was Kamina Winds and something else, but I read them maybe this year or last year, I don't remember. But the 3rd book, it came out recently, maybe in May. It's called Kamina Ghosts. And I was like in line, and something dropped. The application was asking for my registration or something. I had to call them and figure it out, because apparently all this time I've been lending books in that app under my daughter's name, who is 11, and reading all this crazy things. Yeah, but they told me it's not a problem, since we have the same address, we have the same family in the app. I kept using this account. So my 11-year-old reading a lot of detective and psychological thriller books according to the library account. Anyways, they set me up, and I told them I need to come back and be able to sign in with the same account, because if I won't, my wait for this book, will be missed. So when I got back to my account, I was very close. I was 3rd in line to get this book. And maybe like last week on Sunday, I finally got access to the book. Oh my gosh, that's such a good book, but I'm savoring it. Like if I like it, I can probably listen to it like in 2 or 3 days. But because I'm savoring it, because it helps me to decompress, it helps to take my mind off like all this, September blues. I'm savoring it, and I'm only listening to it maybe like 45 minutes every day. And this is Kamina Ghosts, and the person who is reading, reading the book is what's her name? Whoopi Goldberg. Oh my gosh, she's so talented. And the plot calls for her to read it, because I'm not gonna spoil it about what it is about, but like when she reads it, she does an amazing job. Like I love when the real actress can read the book when people decorate it for Halloween. Isn't it cool? It's so cool. I love it. I love it. I love the spirit. It's a little too early. Still a month until Halloween, month and 10 days. But anyways, if you like John Grisham, make sure you listen to the book. Like movie. Second thing. Oh my gosh, I told myself I'm gonna binge watch a lot of things in September, just to distract myself, just to be happy. So I watched this limited series, which is called, I didn't realize after the sunset it's gonna get so dark so fast. Sorry guys, you have to walk with me, because I'm scared to walk alone, so you have to walk with me. Some dogs are barking at me, but they're behind the fence, so I'm safe. You see, they're gonna jump on me. It's gonna be life. It's gonna be crazy content. 10 people, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you guys. Thank you for giving me likes for this live stream. Anyways, second thing, what I'm gonna recommend. HBO series, it's very limited series, it's just one season, but Nicole Kidman, oh my gosh, this lady, I think she's one of my favorite artists of all time. Nicole Kidman, and also this girl, Sarah Jessica Parker. No, not Sarah Jessica Parker. The other girl, I always mix them up. Forget about, I said Sarah Jessica Parker, she's not. So I adore Nicole Kidman, and I adore, oh Jesus, tell me, who is she? How could I forget? Anyways, I'll tell you later. So the movie with Nicole Kidman, it's on HBO, it's a limited series, it's called The Perfect Couple. Oh my gosh. This is the type of movies I really love. This is the type of movies I really love. And I'm not gonna spoil it. Do yourself a favor. I binge watched it in 2 days, one of the weekends, I don't remember, maybe 2 weeks ago. I couldn't get over this movie. Too bad it's only a limited series. But again, it's called The Perfect Couple. The Perfect Couple. And the music, the beginning of the movie, like when they have a music, oh, I love that music, and I love the dance in the intro for each episode. So now I'm watching second season of White Lotus. Oh my gosh, it's also on HBO again. It's so easy. What the name of books? Okay, that was John Grisham Camino Island series, and it's a third book in the Camino Island series. It's called Camino Ghosts. Camino, C-A-M-I-N-O, Camino Ghosts, G-H-O-S-T-S, Ghost. Yeah. But just Google John Grisham Camino Island, and it's a trilogy. It's a third book, I think. I don't know if he's planning to make fourth or fifth, but anyways, Camino Island series. Camino Island. Lenочka, welcome. I already cried, and I already laughed, and I already tell my viewers how I deal with the September blues. And this year I conquered my September blues. I was on top of everything, and I'm proud of myself that this year I found the ways to cope. I found the best ways to cope. I found the ways to let go. I found the ways to cope with all my emotional downs in September, because it's the month when I remember the death of my mom, and when it was really tough for 24 years for me to function in September. But this year I found my own tools and coping mechanisms to deal with September blues. I call it September blues. I don't call it any other strong words, because I don't want, you know, to have unnecessary diagnosis or whatever. Blues, just blues. Hi Jesse, hi, welcome to my live stream. I'm almost done. It's been 1 hour and 7 minutes. I walked my steps around the lake. We've seen the beautiful sunset. I talked about all the scoping mechanisms and book. And again, guys, it's TED. I call it TED. TED is technology, entertainment, and what is D? Design. TED Talk, you know, when people go on the stage and have a brief speech. So my speech was a little over the hour, but I'm giving you true life examples, what I do, you know, and it helps me. And it doesn't necessarily help you, but I'm sure you can find your own mechanism what helps you. Some people love to paint, some people love to cook, some people love to go places, some people love to go to concerts. It's only my things to cope, you know. But you know, I'm sure that there are people who are gonna use those simple mechanisms, and they might work for them too. And I'm sure they might not work for somebody else. So it's just general, you know, whatever works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. But in general, they tend to work for 80% of the people. Like, it's almost like they tell you on these trainings how to deal with stress, how to deal with difficult situations, how to deal with you know, grief or post-traumatic, you know, like events or something. So the books and the movie. The next movie, White Lotus. Why I love that movie so much? Because they showing this rich people going to this like 5-star resort, and that's me. I like to go to 5-star resorts and be in a beach, you know, like being a oblivious, white, privileged, middle-aged woman, you know? Yep, right. And I'm not ashamed to say that I like to throw my little rich girl, preppy girl fits. But who cares? I have to be true to myself. That's why this movie attracts me so much, because it shows the White Lotus. Its first season is in Hawaii, but the second season is in Sicily. Oh my gosh, guys, like watching the second season, I'm almost at the, I don't know how many episodes, but I'm probably in the middle of second season. So and for some people that may be a little bit too much drama and too much dragging and boring movie, but I like it. It's called the White Lotus. Like lotus is like a flower. White lotus. White, W-H-I-T-E, lotus, L-O-T-U-S, lotus, like a flower, lotus. I like football. Oh, Jesse, that's okay. I don't like football that much, but I can watch. If I go to the stadium to watch soccer game, I can watch soccer. Not American football. I don't like American football. Sorry. Ugh. Doesn't make sense to me. American football, they're like tackling, they pretty much fighting each other. I like soccer way better. Anyways, so next movie, White Lotus. I wanted to tell you briefly why I like it so much without spoiling it. Just because they show this beautiful, it's like watching a movie. It's like traveling with them, being with them right there in Hawaii or Sicily. And it's gorgeous beyond your wildest dreams. I've never been to Hawaii, but I heard a lot of my friends this year in summer, a lot of my friends traveled, a lot of my other friends traveled last year, and I've seen pictures on Facebook, I've heard stories, I've had everything. It's like everybody swear you have to go to Hawaii, just like I went to Alaska last year, and it was like incredible. It was like, it was just, you know, crazy experience. The same with Hawaii. And now the second season of White Lotus is happening in Sicily, and I'm already looking at the hotels in Sicily, and I'm already planning to go to Sicily next year, Taormina, that area in Sicily. Taormina, like 2 hours from Palermo or somewhere, like Taormina. It's like on the east coast of Sicily. But anyways, gorgeous. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. It's HBO. It's called The White Lotus. But what I like about this movie, because I find myself a little bit too spoiled this day, especially after my trip to Germany, when I saw the differences, how, you know, other country lives, like more economical, more modest lifestyle. Not as much as Americans waste everything, waste food, waste electricity, waste gas, like big cars, big huge houses, lots of like AC, lots of electricity, like lots of showers, like, you know, 5 showers per day, you know, who cares? Like other people, the rest of the world lives way more modest. And The White Lotus is the movie. It's like a social drama, I would say, because they show these rich people, like insanely rich people who go travel and can afford a hotel for $3,000 a night, and they're still not happy, you know? And this is the story of the first world problems, you know? How people can be so ungrateful. They want more, they can't find satisfaction in what they have. They always want more and more and more and more. And the money really cannot buy the happiness. The money can buy the best service. The money can buy comforts. The money can buy an immediate pleasure. But the money cannot buy this, you know, this happiness, this value. The money cannot buy love. peace of mind. The money cannot buy, like in certain ways, money can buy peace of mind. You know, like you have a good chunk of money for retirement, you don't need to worry if, you know, who's gonna take care of you. You know, if you have money, you can put yourself in a nice retirement place, right, or something like that. But in the big picture, they show these people living in these beautiful, gorgeous places, like going for vacation, and they're not happy. I found Perfect Couple on Netflix. Recently I read, yeah, Lenочка, watch it. Perfect Couple with Nicole Kidman. Make sure it's with Nicole Kidman. It's limited series. Lenочка, you're gonna love it. I'm promising you, it's such a good movie. It's like a detective, like it's a thriller. It's a thriller, psychological thriller. But beautiful, like the actors, they play very well. I loved how everybody played, you know, they played their role so well. Spoiled, you know, rich, privileged people taking advantage of other people and stuff like that. That's, yeah, that's a social component in it. That's social political, you know, component in it. I like it, and I like to think about it, you know. I like to see where I fall in this picture, and like finding the traits I have that they're not necessarily pleasant for, you know, but it's okay to admit that you have flaws. It's okay to admit that you might not be liked because of your certain habits and your certain communication skills. It's okay not to be liked, you know. It's okay to be judged, and at the end of the day, I don't care. I found peace with the idea that I'll be judged, and I'm dealing with that, and I'm coping with that with my own tools and attitudes, with my own coping mechanisms. I'm not gonna let, you know, that influence my life, my mood, my lifestyle, my beliefs, my values, my thoughts. It's like social inequalities, you know, and all this stuff. So this is a very good movie, Perfect Couple and The White Lotus. And like what I like about watching the second season, because it's in Sicily, and it shows the difference in the other culture. So these people go there to Italy with their demands, and things are not maybe the way they expect them to be, like, you know, like rich privileged people. They think they just show up and everybody open their door. But, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it for you if you want to watch the movie. But nope, you know, even if you have money, it doesn't mean you're not happy, or you're not corrupted, or you know, you in some way have your own troubles and demons and how you say it, shortcomings and bad traits. So very interesting movies, and the actors play so well. I love how they show people from different age groups, from different cultures, like even in Italy, how things are different culturally. And what I love about second, I already looked up the flights, I already looked up the hotels, I already looked up the place to go. But I talked to my friend, they're from Sicily, like her husband is from Sicily, and her parents are from Sicily originally. She told me it's pretty cold because it's in the mountains, and in March it's pretty cold. I'm like, huh, what do you mean cold? Define cold. And she said in 60s. I'm like, oh no, it's too cold for me in 60s. But anyways, I'm already telling my husband, the first place I want to visit in Italy would be Sicily, would be Taormina, Sicily. And then with this movie, watching this series, it's just like you lay down in your own bed, but you look at the big screen, you look at the views they show in the movie, how, you know, how HD video take us anywhere. Like if you never travel in your life, and nowadays you can watch anything in the movies and on YouTube, it's gonna take you places. Of course, it's not gonna be like you physically gonna be there, but still, it takes away my mind from so many things when I'm watching this movie. I'm literally sitting there next to the actors of the movie in Sicily, watching this gorgeous, you know, water, or looking at this beautiful setup in the hotel, and the food and the people, you know, like vibrant Italians, and listening. Oh my gosh, what I like about the second season of The White Lotus is how people speak Italian, and because I speak Romanian a little bit from Moldova, a lot of people travel to Italy to work and settle there. Like a lot of my friends live in Italy. It's not a lot, but few friends I know. But anyways, it's very like some words and some phrases I can understand, and it's such a beautiful language, Italian. I feel like I could pick it up if I go there, but a lot of words I can already understand without reading the captions in English. When they speak Italian, it's just music to my ears. So season 2 in Sicily, The White Lotus, the problems of the third world, rich white privileged people again. But it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a great movie. Anyways, so that's pretty much it I wanted to tell you. And I'm almost getting to my house. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk on the Walk, my rubric, my live stream. Thank you for letting me cry and be authentic with you, my viewers. I trust you enough, and I am who I am. If I want to cry, I'm going to cry and sob, and my mascara gonna run down my cheeks. Thriller. I like family drama, not sure about thriller. Does it say Perfect Couple is a thriller? Yeah, it's a thriller and family drama. Oh, big time family drama. Family drama, big time, Lenочка. You're not gonna be disappointed. And even if you just want to watch it for Nicole Kidman, oh my gosh, this woman, she looks stunning for her age. She's a talented actress. I believe her every move, everything she says. Like, she's just so talented. She has such a good role here in this movie. I loved her role. Anyways, so thank you for being with me, letting me cry with you, letting me laugh with you, letting me my truly self, you know, talking to you about my emotional month of September, my, you know, how I conquer my blues. And I feel proud of myself this September. I think, you know, it's been 24 years. They say time heals, but it's not only time, guys. It's not only time that heals. It's something in you that heals you, you know. Your wisdom, your life experience, your attitudes, your love to people around you, your presence, your everyday work, you know, and your everyday labor, whatever it is, emotional labor, physical labor. Just keep yourself busy, keep yourself active. Don't be afraid to get tired. Don't be afraid to feel accomplished at the end of the day, and tell yourself, today I lived to my fullest, you know. Today I gave it all for my own sake, for my kids' sake. О, вот мой папа уже идет. Мой папа тоже гулял. So, bye. I love you all. Thank you for being with me. Love you all. My daddy's already been on a walk. He's going back home. He's waiting for me so he doesn't close the garage. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you for being with me. 1 hour, 23 minutes. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, for following my channel, watching my videos, shorts. I really appreciate each and one of you for your support. This channel is working great for me. It's something I enjoy doing. And keep watching my videos. Give me comments, feedback, and likes, dislikes, whatever you want. Have a great weekend. Hang on in there. You are loved and you need it. And please remember, presence is a gift. Love you all. Bye-bye. Good night. Have a good weekend. Kate B.